I don't know what the problem is, but I'm telling you, there is one. When Russia sells 20% of America's uranium, when the Clinton Foundation gets $145 million, when Bill gets a $500,000 speaking fee from the Kremlin-connected company financing the deal, when Buddy Barack allows Bill to meet with the head of the Russian Nuclear Energy Commission, and the Obama administration's Committee on Foreign Investment approves the sale, tone deaf to the concerns of Republican national security experts. No surprise, 7 of the 9 CFIUS members who approved the sale are connected to the Clinton Foundation. There's a problem, folks, and that problem needs to be investigated. So what's the problem? Why isn't this in front of a grand jury? Why no special counsel? Why is it so difficult for Jeff Sessions to answer a straight question? Why does it appear he's not even clear on whether and what he's recused from? Take a look.
Do you have the authority today, subject to your recusal, to appoint a special counsel to investigate the Uranium One matter?
I believe I do.
Do you have the authority to appoint a special counsel to investigate the Fusion GPS dossier?
I don't believe that I should be talking about and evaluating cases here today. So if I'm not recused, I have the authority, yes, and the duty and the responsibility to make that decision.
And why does it take him months to respond to a congressional oversight committee? His response wouldn't even need to be made public.
But my concern is we sent you a letter 3.5 months ago asking for a second special counsel. And if you're now just considering it, what's it going to take to get a special counsel?
It will take a factual basis that meets the standards of the appointment of a special counsel.
Factual basis? Okay, let's try a different angle. The Clinton campaign and the DNC, which we now know were one and the same, much to Bernie's detriment, and the FBI all pay the author of a fake dossier to muddy up Donald Trump, your president, who appointed you, Mr. Attorney General, which dossier was presumably used by Jim Comey once he dropped it on the president's desk as the basis for a FISA application that could then be used to surveil Americans associated with Trump, which Americans were then illegally unmasked by the 17 intelligence agencies who themselves were suddenly unmasked, thus creating a kangaroo third world justice system where money, power, and the FBI are joined at the hip. And if that isn't worth looking at, then I'm from Mars. And if you did watch that hearing, did you even get a straight answer from the Attorney General? Does he even know the parameters of his own recusal? So how and when are we going to get answers? We already know it takes years for Congress to get responses. Predictions are that the release of Hillary's State Department and Benghazi emails won't be completed until 2020. Now, that's no way to run a government. But it's a real way to hide the truth, or at least cut the guilty a break. It's no wonder the Congress's approval rating is 15%, its disapproval 74%. So what needs to be done? In a few minutes, you'll hear from 2 congressmen determined to get answers. They believe they can successfully and in a timely fashion investigate and get answers. They will subpoena witnesses, bring people in to do depositions, ask for documents, do public hearings. But it must be on a timely schedule. None of this. Ask for a document, wait 3 months, not get the document. 6 months later, consider a subpoena. Wait until the subpoena comes or doesn't come. Basically, running out the scandal clock. The congressional committees need to be supported by leadership, congressional leadership. That means Paul Ryan, Kevin McCarthy, Mitch McConnell. They need to buck up, take responsibility, and get everyone on board. Leadership needs to be in full agreement with committee members, willing to go the distance, willing to go wherever that evidence takes them. And as for the witness who brought Russia's corrupt efforts to pay off whomever they needed to access the United States uranium to the FBI and was then gagged so he couldn't spill the beans on the Clintons, well, he's now going to talk to Congress. There's already an effort to discredit him, which I find rather amusing, given the fact that this businessman was a key witness for the Department of Justice and the FBI, and the left that's attacking him hasn't even heard from him. I don't believe the left can even handle the truth. Now, those same two congressmen are going to tell you that they intend to ask the president to declassify the very application that was used to get the FISA warrant during the campaign. This will tell us whether the dossier created by Hillary and the DNC, and we believe paid for by the FBI as well, is part of the fake FISA application that created the surveillance of Donald Trump and those people connected to the campaign. So to those who say another special counsel serves no purpose, this must stop, I say baloney. I say law and order and truth and justice are the very foundations of this republic. And I am tired of the powerful and the Clintons being above the law that each and every one of us must follow. But Hillary says
this appears to be the politicization of the Justice Department and our justice system. This Uranium One story has been debunked countless times by members of the press, by independent experts. It is nothing but a false charge. This is such an abuse of power, and it goes right at the rule of law.
Pray tell, Hillary, first of all, who's debunked it? The truth? Hillary is from the school of lie, deny, and delay. She and the Obama administration have thwarted Congress at every turn. Investigations are drawn out for so long that America's collective memory fades to the point where no one really cares anymore, which is just what the plan was in the first place. Look, I was a judge. It's real simple. If someone is subpoenaed and there's no response, you hold that person in contempt. You take a look at the facts, you prosecute, and if justified, you put them in jail. We have a system of laws that we, as an ordered society, have agreed to adopt, follow, and enforce. And even though I'm not on the bench anymore, and even though I'm not the DA anymore, I am going to continue to fight to get honest answers. I don't like when people lie, and I don't like when people try to take advantage of others. Now, I'm going to tell you, my audience, I've gotten some major pushback from people, but I'm still a believer. I still believe in truth and justice. The Department of Justice is the last resort, and I'm still a believer. Joining me now with reaction to my opening statement, the president of Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton. Okay, Tom, I believe that you have even more power than Congress. You have pried loose documents that even Congress can't get a hold of. And in fact, you, Tom, and I just want to take a second so my viewers understand who you are and what you've done. You were the one that unearthed the Obama lie that was peddled by the Obama communications people that they attributed to the intelligence officials, that Benghazi was the result of that horrible video, when in truth it was their failed policy, the lie that they created 6 weeks before the election so that he could get reelected. First of all, how do you get this power? How do you get the answers? And how is it that you're still with us?
Well, it's simple. We ask the questions, and when we don't get answers under the law, we go to court. Our attorneys go to court. On Benghazi, we went to court. We got that document that showed the big lie out of the White House about the Benghazi terrorist attack, and that led to the creation of the Select Committee. And that same area of litigation about Benghazi uncovered the Clinton emails, because they were hiding those emails from us in that litigation. So it's amazing what happens when you're willing to go to court and ask these questions. And Congress had 5 committees looking at these issues, and they couldn't figure it out. And frankly, even after the Select Committee was set up, we were still getting documents the Select Committee couldn't get.
Yeah, but what's amazing, Tom, is here you are. I mean, you're with Judicial Watch. You're looking at thousands. I've been reading about you. You're looking at thousands of documents, and you say, no, wait a minute. Under freedom of information, we got this, that, and the other thing, but there's no communications to and from Hillary. There's got to be a way that she's communicating with people, and then you realize she's working on a non-state.gov server. And but for you, I'm not sure we would even know what she was doing, and that all led to the American people believing she was untrustworthy, and some would even say to her not winning for president. You, Tom Fitton.
Well, it was a team effort for sure, but those were the consequences, it looks like. The American people made that judgment call. Once we got the emails rolling, we found the pay-to-play allegations being out of these emails, where you've got these foreign nationals and donors of the Clinton Foundation going through the Clinton Foundation to get favors from the State Department. And certainly that raised questions about Hillary Clinton. And then even going back further, though, Judge, it was in 2014 we first disclosed that Hillary Clinton, through her husband, speaking fees, got $500,000 from the Russians. Mm-hmm. So now it's 3 years later, and we're still talking about whether we're going to investigate it.
All right.
There's a pile of allegations on pay-to-play. Let me just say this quickly about about Attorney General Sessions. Mm-hmm. You know, James Comey says boo, and there's a special counsel appointed to target the president with destruction. And we ask questions about why hasn't there been a significant independent investigation of Hillary Clinton, and the Justice Department is tying itself in knots trying to explain how that decision process is going to be made. They still haven't figured out what to do.
Why
it's really
do you
outrageous.
think that, Tom, it is outrageous. Why do you think that is? Jeff Sessions is an honorable guy. What's he afraid of?
I think his recusal, he made a mistake initially in recusing himself.
Okay, you recused yourself,
and he put himself in a box.
Get a special counsel.
And he can take himself out of the box. And he shouldn't appoint a special counsel like Mueller. He should just appoint a special counsel directly, using his powers as Attorney General, to investigate this mess. And let me say this about Congress. Where's Congress been? These allegations have been out there 2-3 years. They haven't done anything. And they can enforce their subpoenas on their own. And they, frankly, can get a select committee and appoint their own special counsel, a la Watergate, to figure out what went on with these scandals during the Obama administration and Hillary Clinton.
You know what? It's why Congress is held in such low esteem, Tom. We're going to have you back on. I really want to finish this conversation. The American people are fed up. But Tom Fitton, thanks so much for what you've done. We look forward to talking to you again.